And would you say like that's, I want to say like it's our government's fault, but would you say like our government could have done better, like in the Vietnam War and then in the Afghanistan War in that regard of just like building like democracy? Like, do you think they could done better? Or I guess I'm trying to like relate how our government acted and like their actions to this war and or in the Vietnam War.
Yeah, I mean they could have, but they're also two different. I can't really relate it to Vietnam and Afghanistan because it's totally different times, but really it's the people, the culture, the nationality.
I mean the people and the government.
Yeah,
you know. Okay.
Yeah, and the cultures are extremely different. I mean, you can't. The government tried to do the same thing with the Vietnamese as they tried doing with the Afghanis, where, like I said, they try to westernized them. You can't westernize them. That's not within their culture. That's not within their religion. You can't tell a bunch of Sunnis and Shias that they're not going to be Democrats and Republicans. It just doesn't work that way.
Okay.
They've been that way for thousands of years. You know, they're going to hate each other. They're going to continue to hate each other. You can't sit there and tell men that, hey, your woman is going to go to school and get educated when they've never gone to school and got educated. You know, that's like one of the first things they did. Once the United States left, all those poor women were done going to school. You know, all those women that now had jobs were no longer employed anymore because that's not within their culture. You know, and that's what the United States tried to do. And we all realize, man, that's not gonna work. We can't stay here and fight this battle that we're not gonna change. You know, there's a reason why it lasted 20 years because we kept trying to change them. And we could stay there 300 years and it still wouldn't change.
Would you say the same for Vietnam?
Yeah, same exact thing.
Okay.
And it's just the government did not learn their history lesson, you know, and it repeated itself over and over and over, especially in Afghanistan.
Okay,
You know, it started with the Greeks tried to westernize the Afghanis. They didn't work for them, right? The Russians tried it. It didn't work for them, you know. The Europeans tried it. It didn't work for them. And then we went there, and it damn sure didn't work for us either. And we stayed there. We didn't stay there as long as the Greeks did. I mean, they stayed there for over 100 years and tried to take over Afghanistan. That was the first battle they had. That didn't work for them at all.
Okay. That's great.
So.
Okay. Is there anything else you would like to add necessarily, or anything when I say like if you looked at like from a historical lens that comes to mind?
The only thing that I would say, and just about everybody that I've served with and that's gone to Afghanistan, and like we feel extremely upset about the way that pullout happened, is it should have. I agree with us pulling out of there. We shouldn't have been there past 2 years, in my opinion. You know, because like I said, our original mission was to kill, capture Taliban and Al Qaeda guys. That was it.
Okay.
And we accomplished that. After a couple years, done. Like we got rid of like all the main dudes. Okay, that was it. You know, Bin Laden was on the run. Everybody else was on the run. We accomplished our mission. That should have been it. But you know, it turned into a whole different mission where it was now we're going to build a democracy, build infrastructure, blah, 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 blah. And once it changed that mission, that's when it failed for us. And then where it really failed is because now we assumed a new mission, assumed a new role, and we never got to see that through because we realized it wasn't going to win and we left. But we left in the worst possible way to where we took everybody out of there. And we didn't leave anything behind to help people slowly transition out of it, or to help the people that, what we really screwed up is all those people that were helping with the schooling, the other jobs, they were doing that knowing that if the United States leaves, they're going to get killed. Like we were their protection. Like the teachers, we were their protection. The power company folks, the government people, the police chiefs, we were their protection. And once we left, that was it. They all left. I mean, they wanted to leave. Hey, you guys can't leave us here. Like all the people that were trying to get on the C-17s were like all the teachers, all the workers, all the people like, hey, if you leave us, you're killing us. because the Taliban's going to come right back. They're going to be like, you were helping the infidels, you were helping the bad people, the Americans, and they were all getting killed. And just about every single one of them has been killed. Like all the people that have been helping, all the interpreters, all the good folks that were helping us, and we left them alone.
And that's the
worst part about it.
okay.
That's how that. I mean, we should have done that extremely different.
Okay, and that's like kind of fault to our government.
Yeah, that's the fault of just politicians saying. So a politician get on camera and say, all of our forces are out, and that's all they wanted. They wanted someone to come on TV and say, we're finally done. All the forces are out. I don't care. I didn't care about that. What I care about is, get our forces out, but get those thousands of other people that have been helping us, the local Afghanis, they needed protection, and we've totally failed them.
Because I know, I don't know the exact number, but we lost a lot of like troops and like a lot of people like along those 20 years.
Yeah.
Would you say like that number is comparable to how many people like we lost? Maybe not like troops, but like civilians or people that help, like good people, like you're saying. Does that number relate to when we left and all those people?
We lost more.
More?
Yeah, we lost. I mean, we lost like 3,000 soldiers in Afghanistan total. I think civilian-wise, like civilians that were helping us, like local Afghani civilians that were helping us along the way, from the beginning to the end, tens of thousands.
And then did that number jump a lot when we left?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
like drastically, because they were all trying to. I mean, they knew that they were going to get killed. There's no other way around it.
Do you think that's kind of similar to like Vietnam in that regard?
Yeah, I think it was a lot worse for Afghanistan.
A lot worse.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because in Vietnam, we weren't really trying to do too much infrastructure building. It was more of just, there was a lot more drug stuff involved with that one. It was really weird. But for Afghanistan, it was very, very much on infrastructure.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you.
Mm-hmm.